Hello, everyone. This is Bry Arsenal. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. So, we've already done the Spectre ending, the Damsel ending, and
You're
the
on a
good
path
ending.
in the woods,
Good,
and at the end of that path is a
good
cabin,
ending.
and in the
Sorry,
basement
I'm
of
still
that
getting used to the
cabin
camera angle.
is a princess. You're
Uh,
here to slay her.
So now we're gonna go for the
If you
Stranger
don't,
ending, which is still a
It
little
will
bit
be
creepy.
the end
Just
of
to
the
let
world.
you guys know. So when we enter the cabin, if you guys don't want to see something creepy, I wouldn't recommend staying around for that part. But I'll show you how to get it, and it's quite easy to do. You see, we just gotta go all the way down here to the bottom and turn around
Seriously?
and leave.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Not here. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yep, that's what I do.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Absolutely.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't think you do either.
That's
Wait
strange.
a minute.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient.
Nope, we're just gonna turn around and leave
Really
again.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Yes.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job,
Yeah, but
everyone
how am I
dies.
gonna make
Like,
good content
dies.
if I don't,
Forever.
let everybody die forever? Good, maybe everybody should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone.
When I
for
said
them.
everyone, I meant everyone. That's a pretty large group to just
I don't care.
condemn to death over a single princess. And, last I checked, you're part of everyone too. So if you think about it, walking up to that cabin and slaying her is really... But fine, you turn around and trek back down the
Yep.
path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its
I think
best
it's
to
you.
bring you
I think
your
you're
fated
trying to bring me back
confrontation
to the
with the
cabin.
princess.
Yeah? Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone
This is the
who ever
doubtful
will.
face.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
The music changed, and the
At
cabin
first, it's
is
little
following me.
flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden
Ugh.
structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An
Could we
infinite
not?
fractal of paths and cabins
we
desperately trying to
by
draw you
chance?
back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on?
I don't know,
You're
hero.
too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Works for me. The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's see. Those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? Those walls have always been there. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost, or Heaven forbid someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to
But
keep
something
it that way.
remembers what happens because there's a
Yeah,
wall.
screw this guy. They might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Good.
If by ruining my day you mean ruining
But to get this
everyone's
ending, we
day
now head to the
forever,
cabin.
then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. Still, the world really did end last time, didn't it?
Absolutely.
We should be careful. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Sure.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Sure.
Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore them, they're just being difficult for the sake of it.
Damn. Didn't even give me a
The
chance to turn
interior
around.
of the cabin is odd, the air smelling faintly of plastic. The blade is yours. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. I, for one, would rather have it. We don't. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and
Every time we
straightforward
play,
premise?
every time we play the game, you must explain it. We'll take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Sure. All right.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are warped and shoddily constructed. The air seeping up from below is heavy, oppressive, with an odd stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the
Multi-tonal
already
lilt.
uneasy atmosphere.
It is creepy.
Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like.
Me either, narrator. Me either.
What is she?
Don't know.
I think we'd all like to know.
I don't think we would.
You carefully make your way down the stairs.
Look away now. You don't want to be. It's not a jump scare, but it's spooky.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Ugh.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile. Good lord.
Agreed.
Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
Yeah.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I had a friend.
And that's that. Ugh. All right. But that is that ending. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. This has been Arsenal. I don't like that one very much. My second least favorite ending. But thank you everybody so much for tuning in. This has been Arsenal. I hope you all have a great and fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.